Think about your university campus for a second. It's not just a bunch of buildings, is it? It's basically a small city, a living, breathing system with thousands of people. And in an environment like that, safety has to be everyone's job. But are we really as safe as we think we are? So, when I say campus safety, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Maybe those blue light emergency phones? Security cameras? Well, what if I told you the biggest weakness in our safety net isn't something you can see at all, but something that's missing inside of us?
Okay, so let's talk about the illusion of safety. You walk around campus and everything looks safe, doesn't it? You see all the equipment, you hear the fire alarms being tested, and you just kind of assume we're prepared for anything. But that can be a really powerful and frankly dangerous illusion. Let's peel that back a bit.
And that's why thinking of a university as a living system is so important. I mean, it's a super dense place, right? You've got people from all over the world, different languages, and really complex buildings like science labs. With all that going on, the risks just stack up. Safety can't just be a box you check. It has to be baked into the very culture of the campus. And look, we've definitely invested in the hardware. Get this, 91.3% of campuses have fire extinguishers. That's huge. And don't get me wrong, that equipment is absolutely critical. But it's just one piece of the puzzle. It's like having all the right tools in your toolbox, but having no idea how to actually use them when it matters. And this right here, this is the core of the problem. This is where we hit the paradox. We've got the stuff, but what about the people, the human element? Because that's where we find this massive, critical gap. Now, this number is amazing, seriously. 83.2% of people on campus say they are willing to give first aid if someone needs it. That is incredible. That desire to help, that's our biggest asset. It's fantastic. But willingness is only half the battle. Because here's the reality check. Just look at this. We have that huge 83% who are willing to help. But then you see that less than 30% of students and just 34% of teachers are actually trained. That's not a gap, my friends. It's a canyon. It's the massive disconnect between wanting to do good and actually being able to. And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? When things get real, when the stress is high, your brain doesn't care about your good intentions. It falls back on what it's practiced. That desire to help, that's the spark. But training, that's what turns the spark into a life-saving fire.
So how do we fix this? What's the answer?
Well, it all comes down to building what's called resilience. Now, I know that's a word that gets thrown around a lot, so let's actually break down what it means for a university campus. Basically, the UN's definition is all about a community's ability to bounce back after something bad happens. It's not just about getting through it, it's about being able to resist, adapt, and recover fast, all while keeping the important stuff going. It's a skill, a capacity that you have to build up over time. And you can think of resilience as a structure held up by three main pillars. First, you've got infrastructure. That's the physical stuff, like buildings and fire extinguishers. Then you have the organizational pillar. That's all the plans and rules. And finally, you have human capacity, the people. And as we just saw with those training numbers, that human pillar is, well, it's incredibly weak. And any structure with a weak pillar is just waiting to collapse. So this is how we fix it. The solution isn't to buy more gear or write thicker safety manuals. The solution is to strengthen that human pillar. It's all about bridging that gap through practice so that when a crisis hits, our actions are guided by training, not by panic. Let me ask you again, now that we've seen all this, picture it, a real emergency. Your heart is pounding. Adrenaline is flooding your system. In that moment, is just wanting to help really enough? The psychology here is actually pretty simple. In an emergency, your brain basically flips a switch into survival mode. Your higher level thinking, the part that makes complex decisions, just shuts down. That's why people freeze or make bad choices. It's not because they don't care. It's because they haven't practiced. They haven't built those automatic reflexes. And that is what training does. It bypasses the panic and creates automatic, life-saving habits. It's what makes you run out of a building instead of running back in for your laptop. It's the difference between standing there frozen and knowing exactly how to stop a bleed. And it's what gives you the tools to help everyone, including friends with disabilities who might need a different kind of help. All right, we've laid out the problem and we know the solution. So now, it's about us. It's about you.
The university can provide the fire extinguishers and the workshops, but true resilience, that's built by the people. You are the most important piece of this puzzle. So here's the mission. We have to close that chasm between the 83.2% who want to help and the tiny 29.8% who actually can. This has to happen now. Knowing there's a problem is step one, but that knowledge is useless if we don't do something about it.
So what can you do like today? It's really simple, 3 steps. 1, find a first aid workshop on campus. Just Google it or check with student services. 2, sign up. Just do it. Don't put it off. And 3, really learn the skills. Practice them, master them so they become second nature. And remember, this isn't just some abstract thing to put on a resume. These skills are real. The life you end up saving, it could be your roommates, it could be your best friends, it could be someone you sit next to in class every single day. You could be the person who makes all the difference.